Instagram!
You know, it's so crazy because a lot's riding on your performance and being sharp and focused, but at the same time, you're trying to take all of it in. It was super epic.
It's definitely the nutsest foil experience I've ever had, maybe craziest ocean experience I've ever had in general.
Waves were unlike anything I've ever seen in my life. There were these monstrous, ferocious walls of water just barreling towards Oahu, and knowing that my friends were on there screaming across these giant bumps was both exhilarating, gave me a sense of pride and extreme fear, making sure that they got home safe.
All right, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm headed to pick up Zeke at Outrigger, and then we're gonna drive to the airport, go to Molokai. Kind of got last minute invite to do a big run with some of the boys, Edo, Guido, and we're gonna try run it back and do what we did last year, which is the top of the island, starting at Halaba and finish all the way at Outrigger Canoe Club or Kaimana Beach, which turns out to be 79 miles. It's gonna be a long time on foil, and we got really good conditions today. The winds are probably 15 to 20. Not good.
35-40.
So reflecting on last time, what made our run difficult was the pop-up was very hard, so we burned a lot of energy, and then transition from that pop-up to now like settling back into a rhythm, lowering your heart rate. It was very difficult because the bumps itself were very, I want to say small. The wind was very light, like almost glassy for the first 6 to 8 miles of the run. The only thing that we could really relax and glide on was groundswell, which was fast moving. So, you know, we didn't get that first transition. We were able to bring our heart rate back down and really start resting and recovering. So we kind of blew or personally me, I burned so much in the tank early on, just trying to stay on foil, and then, you know, that's why after we finished the first leg of the run, which is about 40 miles before you get to the start of the channel crossing, you know, I was like, ooh, dug into the reserves a little too deep on that one. But today, like I said, it might be a different challenge where it's gonna be pretty big and giant back there. So it might burn a lot of energy just trying to stay on foil, in the sense that we're keeping it in the water. And just kind of, you know, when you're dropping into bumps with a lot of energy, it takes a lot of energy to stabilize and to keep from breaching. So did different challenges today, and we're also finishing 8 miles further down the coast. The last one we finished in Molokai. This one will be finishing in Kaimana. So when I realized that, I was tripping. I was like, oh man, like, you know, 70 miles and 79 miles sound a lot different. So we'll see how it goes today. A lot of guys have been sending some pretty crazy sends, which is insane. It's just showing the growth of the sport, the growth of the level, and the growth of people's confidence, and that's super encouraging to see. But I think, you know, we got to continue to stay vigilant, in the sense that we, you know, do things correctly and safely. High vis, everything, PFD, all the safety equipment, right? VHF radio, leash, tourniquet, extra tools, extra screws. You know, having a plan, going with buddies, having an escort boat if you can as a backup. yeah, these things are always paramount. You know, have your phone on you. So it's gonna be an adventure. Interesting car ride, just talking about everything that could go wrong. Got my wing, bro.
Left his wing. Bro, tell me you don't let go without. Just tell me you don't let go.
That would have been the get. Alright, I want to get insights of what everybody's eating. What's in your pack today, bro?
In my pack?
It's a 10.
What the fuck is that? You should film that.
What's in your pack today? What's in your gear, bro?
I have EPIRB, radio, 3 liters of water, 2 liters on my camelback, and 1 liter on my other.
What are you
like
drinking and eating today?
I'm eating some meat sticks, gels, some mix like nuts and that.
Yeah.
Different flavors, you know.
Yeah.
What else? Water. I don't put only electrolytes. I have some water.
Some
I
water.
like that.
Just water's good.
Yeah, different water and electrolytes I use.
What about you, Zeke? What you rocking today in nutrition?
3 liters water with Martin like electrolyte biocarb pack, and then I got some Martin gels, 100 gel, 100 caffeine,
Yeah.
and then 1 regular, just 100 gel.
Yeah.
And I got the sugar blocks.
Yeah.
Got 2 of those, and 1 extra fuel pack.
Nice. Edo, what's in your menu today?
On my menu, it's actually right here. We have 3 liters of water with electrolyte mix at the back, and some carbs too mixed in it. Then I got 2 little.
What do you use for
ones.
carbs? Just like what pack?
It's like it's a momentous mix that has both carbs and
sugar.
electrolytes.
Yeah.
Then I got 2 little titties at the front.
Yeah.
Half liter each. It's another liter. I got a meat stick from Guido, and he also gave me some snacks just in case I'm over the carbohydrate gels that I have here.
Yeah.
It's a long send, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to switch it up.
Gaelen, what's in your
Got a
pack?
Voyager PFD,
Yeah.
3 liters water, gels, Martin. Got some. What's I got in here? Martin, a little Roan.
Oh, the Roan packs, those honey packs.
Honey, salt, and green tea in there.
Sick.
And then meat stick.
Nice.
And just good energy.
Let's go.
Microdose of acid.
Let's see what I got. I got sweet potato and salt and coconut oil, the carbs,
That's a straight
and then I also have thing of figs. I have apple. You know, when I used to do a lot of canoe racing, after a while I would get super, not over, but just kind of like it's nice to try and figure out like real food situations. And then in my water pack, 3 liters, I have that Perpetuum, and I also have water and electrolytes in a squirt bottle. So we'll see how the fuel holds up.
Back again.
Dry reef.
70 miles, round 2, 1 year later.
Exactly.
Hopefully we can make it this time.
We gotta make it.
I better be a better foiler than I was last year. That's all I'm saying.
That'll be more of a shocker than a shocker.
I know. 85 miles just foiling for freaking 8 hours straight.
Boat somewhere.
Hopefully the boat's in sight.
And we all have radios.
Keep an eye on each other, because
Yeah.
if somebody fail and get hurt and cannot talk in the radio, then the partner have to call, you know.
Yeah. If we can't, if we're caught, like we'll check in on each other every like 30 minutes. Be like, yo Sim, yo Zeke, blah blah blah. And then if we don't hear from a person, we're gonna.
Oh my gosh, it is nuclear out here. Oh god, what a hectic start to the day. There's a lot of swell, so getting the boat out in a nice tight channel, we almost dry docked, and that doesn't help calm the nerves for a big run, you know. And just kind of hanging on the boat right over to the sunny point at Hawaba, and Zeke was trying. He was having a hard time getting up. It's big water. This is like equivalent to getting up at like a bombing ADs. Okay, I'm having a tough time. Get up. One second. You know, and so his leash also broke on one of his attempts, so a little bit of problem solving going on. So, really got to manage and maintain how efficient I can be in the first half. There's so much swell, so much power and energy. I'm riding the Eagle X 700, which is really good for speed. You know, you definitely don't want to be riding a big wing and just be taxing yourself. So I just kind of do it a lot to control the lift and the pressure with my posture and my hips, rather than having my legs just cook. So look at this beauty! Let's go! Damn! Woo!
Holy smoking shit. Nice current here. Woo! Fuck. I'm stoked. This is one of my life dreams. Downwind in the north shore of Molokai, the tallest cliffest to the ocean in the world, I think. Super special place. A lot of power. Look at it. I have so much respect for this place. So cool. The downwind is perfect. The cruising, good speed. Hopefully we make it to Oahu all safe. Think so. Just take care of each other. Be fine. Because, okay, buddy. I say, Vamos, vamos, vamos. Yes, sir. Yeah, I was like a little ahead of my team. Coming out the backwash still.
Bumps are so big.
A lot of backwash, back to call pumper right now, super set. It's not 10 foot speed like I expected, but it's hard to stay on foot.
There's so much space in between the bumps. I'm riding the Eagle X 700. So the speed is good, but a little bit more glide just to connect and not work so hard. A lot of times when you really got to work because there's so much space, you're going to be pumping in the flats for a while, so it's pretty technical. Those big bumps. Placement is key. Oh my god. Let's go! Holy shit! You got it, guys. Go, Guido, go! Full survival mode right now. My back leg, both my legs actually, are just locked. Like if I were to straighten them right now, there's no coming back. So, trying to keep the flow moving without moving. And kind of
feels like do or die right now, and all I want to do is get around illegal point in some calmer water so I can relax, because I'm cooked. My body is not handling well. I have not been training this type of distance like this, so it's very eye-opening when it comes to the races. So at least I know what I gotta work on. But I'm glad the boat is here so it can get picked up. So basically, last year I knew I wasn't gonna be able to handle this first part, so I just did the second part across the channel. And then this year I tried to do the first part, and I'm not making it to the channel. So I don't really care. There's no ego. The boat's here. So I'm gonna use it. Training. Live to fight another day. You see guys like Edo. Those guys just hammering out 70 miles like it's nothing. It's not blind. These guys are training hard. They're working their ass off to be able to do that. That's what I need to do. But not really. Can't even hold the pole. My freaking arm is cramping up. I do think I would have handled a lot better on my own board. With the pop-ups and everything, would have been a lot easier. Would have had a lot more energy, but this is good training. I know what I can do and where I'm at. Definitely should go home and practice some flat water. Holy crap, and all these, they're not like easy corduroy lines. It's like backwashy and gnarly. So it's like a lot of reading. And this board is like really wide and heavy, so it doesn't really maneuver the best in between the turbulence. So, this is heavy duty. But whatever. Put yourself out here. Learn some things, and hopefully get better.
Maybe about 8 to 10 miles before you leave. I'm tired. There's so much G-force that you're just fighting, dropping into these bumps. I don't know how I feel about trying to go all the way again. This is tough, bro. Edo's way out in front. Guido's right there behind him. I'm behind them right now. And Zeke and Gaelen, they are behind me. So I think for sure I'm gonna come down, gather myself, and Leo. We have an escort boat, but they're fishing, so we're on our own. So these radios are key. But yeah, it's big and technical, so there's maybe I don't have the right wing for it per se. But just holding the foil down and a lot of unnecessary micro pumps like that. So see how it goes. This is just fighting the mental part of it, confidence, doubt, thoughts. Thank God Music, baby.
So basically, I'm 37 miles in right now, and my legs are petering out. I had to pop up a few times, and this board's a lot heavier than mine, so it's just a lot more leg work to get it going, and I'm smoked. So I'm definitely not going to make the full 9 miles, but I did 37. I'm just going to try and make it to Elio Point. I'm going to get like 40, so just going to get back up.
All right, currently sitting in the sharkiest waters in Hawaii. I'm off of Elio Point right now, waiting for Zeke and Gaelen. Sounds like Zeke had a cramp, and so he's going to be waiting for the boat. And Edo and Guido are in the channel already.
Potentially the biggest bump of the entire crossing right in front of me right now. We're about to get it. It looks fucked up. It looks fucked up. We're gonna drop in right here. We're gonna drop in. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit.
Head start on us. I'm gonna wait for Gaelen. We're gonna get up together and cross together. We should have a lot of daylight left, considering we go across in 2 hours or so, 2 hours 20 minutes. I believe it's about 2 o'clock right now. The sun goes down at around 7. So, but I'm thankful for this break. Very thankful. I had some food, I ate my sweet potato, my steaks.
Yeah, I might be a mile right now.
Had some figs, had some water. Just get to float, get off the feet. It took a while to get up, but I'm stoked. Not crashing the channel solo. I got Gaelen right here. We're gonna be doing this together. Tell you what, it's so much easier to ride Kaiwi than it is to ride the backside north side of Molokai. North side of Molokai is gnarly because it's like 40-mile ADs run, really brutal. Oh man, what an adventure. I'm out here in Honolulu Bay now. I had an unfortunate set of events where there was a huge like Coast Guard cutter that came and cut me off, and so I really had to turn south, and it kind of messed up my line. Came off a foil, and thought I was done because I started cramping. Cramping, and you know, it's just so hard to pop up in the middle of the channel, even when you're fresh. So I called Zeke, who was picked up. They were picking up Gaelen because he was cramping, ran out of water. So I thought the adventure was over. So I started paddling, not panicking, just paddling prone on my belly, and you know, we're just waiting for the boat to come get me. After about 15 minutes or so, I just said, why not, let me try and pop up. Got lucky, popped up, able to ride and recover. Wasn't cramping so bad. And then, you know, I was thinking, shoot, let's just go to Hawaii Kai. I'm in, call it a day. That was gnarly. Stoked to make it safely. And I checked, I was like way south, way outside. And so the better line actually is to go to Kaimana. So right now I feel all right. I'm probably middle of the bay, just way outside. So I gotta diligently work in while trying not to cramp. So, but I feel good. I feel comfortable. These are home waters for us. But the conditions are pretty offshore. But I'm in the bay now. And I'm super proud of myself, man. Just not giving up. I'm on the home Kaiko's run. And you know, that's what this sport's all about, just not giving up, you know. I think for sure I got lucky, and I was literally praying for my safety. And the safety of the boys. So separated. Ooh, I'm dying now. Beautiful. Thank you, God. I'm not even disappointed I didn't make it in one shot. 79 miles is nuts. Edo and Guido, you know, those guys are world class. But I'm super proud of that. You know, I told myself that I was done and I'd quit. And, you know, found a bump, got my second win, and here I am in home waters, doing what I love. Representing the Voyager community, Voyager family. This is what it's all about right here.
Fuck yeah, Simeon! How was it, bro?
Bro,
Gnarly, huh?
I came down at Elio, and Gaelen passed me because I was waiting for him, couldn't pop up. And then I popped up, and I started having cramp flares in the fucking very beginning of the channel, cramping.
Fuck.
And then, dude, just like got to like maybe like halfway, it was gnarly because there's glare.
345 and you're mid channel or something.
Giant rollers, and your legs are cramping. And I was thinking like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore, bro. Like, I'm good with these big sends, you know. And then,
did you get a second, third, fourth wins?
So I came down, and I thought I was done. I was like probably like 8-10 miles off the China Wall.
Wow.
And I thought I was done. So I called Zeke, Gaelen. They picked up Gaelen.
Wow.
Yeah, because he ran out of water. He was cramping. So I started like lay down, prone paddled for like, I was pretty scared because I was like 10 miles off the wall. Probably prone paddled for 20 minutes. And then they said they were coming for me. And then I got super lucky and I popped up again. But the line was weird because I felt like
I was super out.
super north, yeah.
I had to cut.
Oh, bro. Dude, like, I was okay, like, I'm making my way towards Portlock, and then all of a sudden I saw the new valley things, and I was trying to cut in. I was like, bro, it would be probably a lot safer if I went down.
Cheers, one cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Never again.
Never again. One and done.
So good. So good. There's a guy that went 30 miles an hour.
It's definitely the nutsest foil experience I've ever had. Maybe craziest ocean experience I've ever had in general. Kind of just different chapters to the journey of like insane, scenic, beautiful backdrop, perfect corduroy run, to hitting points of like crazy backwash, just trying to survive. And then again, points of just like big bumps building. Once we hit a Leo point, it became the biggest seas I've ever been in on a boat or any craft, but just 10 to 12 foot massive just wind swell, ground swell, mixing together and just holding on for dear life. Had some sections where definitely by the time I got there I was already so tired, and we're trying to stick together, but really just in like radio range of one another. People were kind of spread out, not really seeing people after Leo Point, so really felt alone out there, which was kind of an amazing experience of just being there out on your own, but also wild, not having anyone or seeing any boats or people next to you. And then just trying to channel these like massive bumps and coming down them, being on the top of them, not even wanting to pump down them, and having to go on them even when your legs are tired and you're cramping, and just flying down them, climbing the next bump, flying down that, and just over and over and over and over again. It was just so wild. Gave me a lot of respect for the ocean. Definitely something I wouldn't want to try again. Ended up about 65 miles in, like 10 miles outside of Hanauma Bay, just running out of water, full cotton mouth, cramping up and going down, and had to wait 45 minutes for the boat, which was a wild experience of just sitting there trying to stay in touch with them on the radio or on the phone, being circled by two massive mahi, and just being kind of a sitting duck, just cramped, not able to get back up. So humbling experience, beautiful experience, gave me respect for the ocean, respect for the sport, and so much admiration for just, yeah, Edo, Guido, Simeon, Zeke, kind of all of us for doing that, but especially, yeah, for those three for just pushing through and finishing 80 miles, just so hammer. Stoked to be alive, stoked to have experienced it, and yeah, have that one in the books. Excited for the adventures ahead.
Run was super epic, and for me the highlight moment of the whole thing was definitely the first 15 miles. Just flying down the coast up against those huge cliffs and seeing all the waterfalls, and the scenery was so amazing. Just felt like everything was so big and lush, and green mountains, you know, crystal blue water. There's wildlife everywhere, you know, flying fish jumping around the whole time, and there's sharks and fish, and the whole time on the radios everyone's just like saying what they're seeing. And you know, it's so crazy because a lot's riding on your performance and being sharp and focused, but at the same time you're trying to take all of it in, and it was super epic. And usually when I'm on these runs with, you know, some of the best foilers in the world, I'm usually alone. But for me to be able to share that part with Edo in the beginning was super sick, and I'm stoked, and I'll probably never forget that experience. It was so fun. It was worth all the pain and fear and everything that happened at the end of the run. But, you know, I just felt fortunate to be a part of the whole thing, and just seeing where the level's at, and it was super inspiring to see, you know, Edo and Guido just fly and just be so confident doing 80 miles, no worries. And then Sim just fighting his way to the end and somehow just hammering 80 miles straight, which is so gnarly. And me and Gaelen were just holding on. But it was a super epic run. I'm stoked I got to do the first 40 miles, which for me is more than long enough. And I'm super stoked to be a part of it. And it's definitely one for the memory bank.
So in the beginning of this video, you know, I mentioned of how important it was to do these kinds of runs responsibly and correctly and with safety in the forefront of your mind. And I can't stress enough, you know, we had a plan, you know, we had an escort boat, but just when you're traveling that much distance in a day, and you know, here in Hawaii it's a little bit different because we don't travel from coast to coast. We're actually venturing out into the sea and across bodies of waters from island to island, so even more so it should be maybe viewed with a lot of fear and respect, because anything can go wrong. And you know, we all thought that, you know, we're gonna one-shot it, which is crazy looking back at it now of how intense that run was, just the amount of energy, you know, hanging on for dear life. I mean, all that takes a tax and a toll on your body. And you know, if you start doing long distances like that and you start having cramps, man, it is so hard to recover and continue foiling when you have a cramp. You know, we were all had dialed in with nutrition and water and stuff, so it wasn't that. It was just, you know, after hours of absorbing all of that energy, it's just too much, you know. My hat goes off to all those guys who have done some big sends in the 200-kilometer range, but man, I can't relate anymore, because you know, we barely pulled off 79 miles in one shot. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. It was an awesome crew. I'm stoked to have done it. You know, I have mixed feelings. Right after I came in at Tongs, I was like, man, I'm over these. It's unnecessary. You know, like I got kids, I got family. But you know, adventure is the next thing, and foiling has unlocked so much new adventures. We have so much more waters and places and areas to foil and adventure and explore, and just grateful for our sport and our community. And yeah, looking forward to the adventures ahead for sure.